Hello, I'm so out of breath because I just filmed the first half of this video with the mics that Daisy got me for Christmas and they're fucking dead. So now I've had to start all over again. But basically, if you don't recognise this background, we are baking today and we are baking mini egg brownies, right? So, let me get my breath back. First issue, I measured out my caster sugar, don't have enough. So I had to run to the shop, which is why I'm out of breath, and get some caster sugar. We've already started, obviously, to be fair, we've only done a few steps. I don't know if I've just said this, but we're making mini egg brownies. Okay, let's get back to it then, shall we? So, the first thing I did, I have the recipe on my iPad. I got the recipe off TikTok from els.drb. Don't know, looked good, so I wanted to try it. Okay, the first thing we did is to whisk together 300 grams of caster sugar, which I now have, thankfully. I think this is about 175, I think it came out to. Put it in a clean one of them. So, zero it off. Yeah, 178 grams of caster sugar there. And then I've just brought a mini 500 gram one. I honestly can't believe it. I'll put the recipe in the description box below if you want to make these yourself. There we go. 300 grams of caster sugar. Now that can go in there and never leave again. And we also need, I was saying before I realised the mic was dead, that I normally work in cups. Like all of the recipes that I do are in cups and this is in grams. So, bit of a new task. 4 eggs. And it says you need to whisk these together for about 3 minutes, I think it said. The key with cracking eggs and not getting shell in it is to be confident. I learnt that very young. Right, now I need to get another whisk. I'm gonna mix these together for, like I said, about 3 minutes. And then I'll be back with you. Okay, it's roughly been 3 minutes. My arm is absolutely dead. Wow, that's the next thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna have so much washing off. Fold the chocolate and the butter into the sugar and the eggs. It's really important when you're melting your chocolate and your butter to not let there be any clumps. You want them to be completely melted together. Instead of going crazy with the whisk like you normally would, just go around the sides and fold it into the middle. This is sort of what you want it to look like. Completely folded. Would you call that runny or gooey? I'm gonna call it gooey. Nice gooey mixture. Next I'm going to preheat my oven so it's ready for everything to go in. And you're going to preheat it to 175. And we need no we don't. We need 125 grams of plain flour. Which thankfully I haven't run out of. I'm on my last bag though. My dad got me like 6 of these from Costco. You can sift it, but I can't be bothered, so I won't be. 60 grams of cocoa powder. There we go, bang on 60, first try. I'm putting things away as I go, because as we know, mess scares me. Right, let's mix these together. If you start by folding the ingredients into the middle, like we did with the chocolate and everything, then your flour won't go everywhere. Like, you know when you just go in and start going, nah, 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 and it goes everywhere. if you start by folding, it doesn't do that. Look, now we've got a mixture starting to form, and we can slowly go into, what do you call it, the beating. This is a nice thick mixture now. And you just want to mix that so it's all mixed together, really. Now, I know in my last video I said I was going to make banana bread. However, I then found this recipe. I'm also going to make some not chocolate cake, coffee cake for my dad. And I will put that recipe on here too. Because I used to bake all the time with my last job. I was constantly baking things for the girls at work. And then obviously I left that job, and now I rarely bake anymore because I just don't really have the time. And then we're going to add in our mini eggs. So you need 270 grams of mini eggs, but you need to save some for the top. So I'm going to attempt to crush these. That's one bag crushed. Add that into the mixture. And another bag. I think I'm going to add 3 bags to the mixture, or maybe 3.5, just to save some for the top. I'm going to save that for the top. I'm going to fold these into the mix in hopes that they don't get stuck in my whisk. Mini eggs are stuck in my whisk. Get out. I need to get like a wooden spoon or a wooden spatula. I think it'd make my life so much easier. Right, and then the recipe says you need a 9x9 tin. I don't know what 9x9 is, but I have this, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the PME Releaser cake spray instead of parchment paper, because I can't bother to cut it out, to be honest. And this works like a dream, absolutely love this stuff. Let's add the mixture into here. Perfect! And then we're going to take the leftover mini eggs and sprinkle these on. I say sprinkle, I'm going to place. And eat the other 2. Here we go. Right. Let me finish these. Hang on. We're going to plop this in the oven for 25 minutes. And then I'm excited. I think that might be 8x8, not 9x9, but who really cares? I will be back once the 25 minutes is up. Well, that is not done. Okay, it has been a lot longer than 25 minutes. This is definitely not a 9x9 tin. I actually had to turn the oven off, go to work, and I've just come back, right? The mini eggs from the top were completely sunken in, okay? But I'm sure it still tastes good. I'm sure it still tastes good, right? Need to wait for it to cool down a little bit, and then we can cut it up and have a look. This is what it's looking like. I've got my dinner in the air fryer. The mini eggs for decoration have completely sunken in, but it's fine. It is completely fine. So yes, if you're not putting the mixture in a 9x9 tin, it won't take 25 minutes. It will actually take a lot longer. I think this was in for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes total, which is obviously a lot. Definitely going to invest in a 9x9 tin so I can make these again, and so I can still see the pretty mini eggs on the top. But I'll come back to you once this is cooled down and I've cut it up. Okay, we will salvage this, don't worry. Just a little update. This is where we're at. Tried to flip it so I could wash up the pan. And this is how we're eating it now. It tastes real good. It may not look it, but it tastes it. It may still be a bit raw. Either that or it's gooey. but it tastes good, okay? And that's all that matters to me. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this, but I will figure out a way. However, I will not be cutting it on camera, because if I can't cut it, that will be embarrassing, okay? Mini eggs are good in it too. They're really good. I don't know how to describe it. Make it and find out. But anyway, thanks for watching today's video. Have you enjoyed? Hope you make this and that yours turns out better than mine. I mean, they'll taste the same, but I hope yours looks better than mine. Anyway, I'll see you next Saturday. Peace and love.